Hello, and welcome back to Metaphysical Roundtable for your monthly numerology. I'm Jennifer, and I gotta tell you, I have a lot to say in this intro today. Okay, so just bear with me because we're at the end of the year, but we're also at the end of a 9-year cycle. All right, so there's some important things, and we've also had some previews this year to some of the big astrological changes that are going to take place in 2026. Like my cat just like knocking off like all my stuff. This is good. It really is. He's been all over my desk like all day. Yeah. So, the big astrological changes that we have going on next year. Saturn is not a big change, but Saturn is moving from like kind of calm and cool, emotional Pisces and moving into fiery Aries for the next 2 years. So in 2026, when Saturn moves back into Aries, we're going to really see like a very different kind of Saturn. All right. And again, we had a preview of it earlier this year in the summer, along with Neptune. Neptune is moving from watery Pisces into fiery Aries. Now, Neptune rules Pisces. So for the last 14 years, Neptune has been a pretty happy camper. Now he is moving into Aries for 14 years. So the last time this happened was about 164 years ago. So bear that in mind, okay? So Neptune and Aries, I mean, it can be kind of volatile. So this is going to be interesting, all right, to say the least. Then we have Uranus. Uranus moving into Gemini. We had, again, a preview of that earlier this year. So Uranus is going to be in Gemini for the next 7 years, beginning in 2026. So 2026 is a 1 year, the beginning of a new 9-year cycle, and we have all of these big transitions. So again, we've had a nice like year of Pluto being in Aquarius. We've had a preview of what it's going to be like to have Uranus in Gemini, Neptune in Aries, and Saturn in Aries. There are these bigger changes that are coming that are going to be very interesting in how things are going to play out for the next 9 years. And really for the next, Pluto doesn't leave Aquarius until 2044. So it's going to be a minute, right? But this is an important time because we are looking at the end of a 9-year cycle. Look back at your life, look back at just like the last like 18 years or so, and look at the 9-year cycles that have taken place just with you in your personal life, from 2017 until now, because 2017 was a 1 year. Then look back at 2008. That was a 1 year. Take a look at these things and see how things have played out for you during that 9-year cycle. And I know I did. I said I had a lot to say. I do have a lot to say, and I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to keep harping at it because I'm very excited about the crystal for this month, and you can't really see it in this light. Tiger's eye. She's gorgeous. I mean, really. It's a beautiful, beautiful crystal. So, I picked that for a reason because we are moving into a new 9-year cycle. We're moving into a 1 year in January. And I am very excited about it, but we all need some courage. We all need some courage, and I'm hoping this tiger's eye brings it to us. So let's kick this off, all right? And I'll try to go through the astrology really quickly, but I've been listening to things that people have been telling me, and I've made little notes along the way to tell you what I think is going to happen with some of these squares or trines or whatever, okay? So on the 4th of December, we are starting off the month with full moon in Gemini that hits its peak at 6:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 6th and the 7th, we have an important and our last water trine of the year, and maybe our last water trine, especially with these planets for a minute, with Mercury in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. Again, Saturn is leaving Pisces, and he's not going to be back for 29 to 30 years. So yeah, we're not going to have this water trine for a while. So again, we have Mercury in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. So this is inspiring. There's a lot of inspirational communication. I really love this. I'm really excited about it. And we had this trine also last month in November. On the 8th, we have Mars square Saturn, and this is going to be frustrating. So Mars is obviously the ruler of Aries, and Saturn rules Capricorn. These are two very stubborn signs. I can say that I have Capricorn ascendant, but I mean, one of my dads is a Capricorn. Come on. Like, this is stubborn. So this can be a very frustrating little square here. So for a couple of days, we can have some frustration. Then on the 10th, we have Neptune going direct in Pisces. We also have Mercury opposing Uranus for the second time because, again, this happened in November. So that brings chaotic communication to the table. Spontaneous? That may be a better way to put it. I mean, it's my opinion. I just look at Uranus as the planet of chaos. Uniqueness. Unique. Okay, that's a better way to put it. Unique communication. Let's do that. Yeah. On the 11th, we have Mercury moving into Sagittarius. And remember, Mercury rules the opposing sign to Sagittarius. Mercury rules Gemini. So this is not the happiest place for Mercury. It's not the worst place. That would be Pisces. But it's not comfortable in Sag. But that's okay. It's not going to be there long. So, on the 14th, we have Mars square Neptune. This is confusion about like where we're headed. It's like our destination. Even if it's just a mental destination, or if it's a destination with our work or with our laundry or cleaning our house or just whatever. There's like, it's confusion in what we're focused on and how we're getting there. All right. On the 15th, we have Mars moving into Capricorn, and thank goodness. Oh my gosh, Mars loves being in Capricorn. Oh yeah, so this is so great because Mars in Sagittarius, it's not a bad place. It's not a bad place for Mars, but it's a little flightier than Mars like appreciates. So it's like a little too spontaneous with the frustration, with the anger. Maybe. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Maybe it's not a good way to put it. I don't know. On the 19th, yes, I was like, I lost my place. On the 19th, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. Unfortunately, this new moon in Sagittarius, which hits its peak at 8:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is square Saturn and Neptune. So manage your expectations with this new moon in Sagittarius. Okay? On the 21st, we have the sun moving into Capricorn. It is also winter solstice. So happy solstice. And Venus is square Saturn. Now, the thing about Venus being square Saturn is that it could give us some false hope with our relationships. So watch out for that, okay? On the 24th, we have Venus moving into Capricorn. Again, hallelujah. And incidentally, Venus is also square Neptune that same day, right before it moves into Capricorn. So when we see Venus square Neptune, even for a minute, it's going to cause tension between the reality and the illusion in our lives. Yeah. On the 30th, we have Mercury square Saturn. So stubborn communication. I know. It's so amazing because this is one of my rulers, and I'm double ruled by Mercury. There's a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening with Mercury. I mean, the trine is great, but these squares and oppositions, so much fun. Yeah. In all of that, I kind of glazed over the whole Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, but I just want to say happy holidays to everyone. Truly, truly, thank you for making my year back on my channel a fabulous one. So I really, really appreciate you. And whatever it is you're celebrating, happy holidays. And I am looking forward to this new year. Okay, so we are ending the month and the year with 3 planets in Earth plus South Node and the Sun, 3 planets in water plus North Node, 1 planet in fire, and 1 planet in air. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. Cancer is housing Jupiter, which is also retrograde. Virgo has South Node. Sagittarius has Mercury. Capricorn is hosting the Sun, Mars, and Venus. Lucky. Pluto is firmly in Aquarius. And Pisces has North Node, Saturn, and Neptune. Now, so we just have the 2 planets in retrograde. Uranus and Jupiter. But I want to talk about Tiger's Eye. This Tiger's Eye is the crystal of duality. And let me tell you, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I have these beautiful towers. I mean, it's just so pretty. And I even have some bracelets. And what I love about the bracelets is it's not particularly shiny, but you can really, really see all the different colors that are in the Tiger's Eye. It's these beautiful browns and golds. And this has a long history, okay? Long history. Most of the information I got is from crystalvaults.com. But this crystal is known as all-seeing, all-knowing eye. With the long history, Egypt compared the Tiger's Eye with, it represented the sun god Ra and the god of growing Geb. I think I'm saying that right. And it was, again, about duality because the sun god and the god of growing, it was representing the sun and the earth. So very, very interesting combination, which we all love here. This was strength, vitality, divine vision, and they even put these crystals in the eyes of like statues for their deities. Kind of cool. Yeah. The Romans used this because they wore it into battle for courage and protection. The Greeks used the Tiger's Eye to reflect back malice or threats to someone that was maybe on a journey or even like a spiritual journey, because this helped them to navigate safely without malice or threats from others. So it reflected back the malice and threats to people that were sending it out to the travelers. Again, even if it was a spiritual travel. So this crystal is very much about courage, integrity, protection, proper use of power, harmony between opposites. So any opposing feelings or people that are in opposition views. This is a wonderful, I think this would be a wonderful crystal for us all to have right now. This is a great crystal for willpower, determination, grounding, clarity, focus, and of course, good luck, prosperity, good fortune, and protecting all of your stuff. So protecting anything that like you own. Because again, this was historically speaking used to protect like your possessions. I almost forgot just two quick things, real fast. My necklace is also a tiger's eye, and it is so pretty. It's I just want you guys to see that. It's in a dragon claw and it's a tiger's eye. And I may be giving this away at the end of the year. I know. Because I'm putting together a little package for a end of the year gift, shall we say? Maybe even a New Year's gift. So keep that in mind when I'm referring to jewelry in the giveaway. And also, the card decks that I am reading from are the usual, the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards and the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Just wanted to, make sure I touch base on that before I go into everybody's numbers. All right, this has been an extra long intro. Thank you again for all of your support in 2025. This has been quite the journey for me on this channel. So I do appreciate all of you. I really do. So let's get into it and see what the your personal numerology is here at the end of this 9-year and this 9-year cycle. Hello, Life Path 6. Well, December for you is a 9-month. So you are wrapping up this 9-year and this 9-year cycle in a 9-month. Lucky for you. I love it. I love it because, the 9 is, the mantra of the 9 is, I embody the flow of this moment with courage to change. And that is so challenging for many of us. Especially, Life Path 22 4s with Virgo Sun and Capricorn Ascendant. A little bit stubborn, just letting you know. But the challenging part of just embracing all this change and transition is completing these cycles and letting go of the old, like embracing that time of rebirth. I think that it's just a wonderful time this December to remove clutter, physical and spiritual. It's definitely time to take the next steps in your life with courage and just look at the choices that are being laid out in front of you. Because sometimes when you leave one area and you move into another, you start seeing like different choices that you're like, that was not there before. That was not available to me before. Yeah. So, this vibration, this 9 vibration is definitely like a deep thinking time. I mean, it's very much like that deep thoughts, process, and acknowledging that both knowledge and experience have like equal importance in life. It's not just about like one or the other. I think, and I really do believe that knowledge and experience have equal importance in life. And bringing that in with the 9 vibration, especially again at this time of change, at this time of transition, is going to help you embrace the philanthropic, the generous nature of the 9, the idealistic nature of the 9 vibration. And I really want you to understand that when you are going through changes, it is a phase change to help you fulfill your life's purpose. So I do feel like, especially with the 6 vibration, that there's a lot of stuff that has been happening for you in this year, in this 9 year, that you've just been like, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go in a different direction. And embracing that in this 9 year is really going to help you like move forward in the 1 year. The 1 year is truly going to be outstanding, I hope. I mean, it depends on your point of view, but I think the 1 year in 2026, with all the changes that we have going on astrologically, it really is going to like bring a lot of like understanding as to why you had to like go through all this completion and all this transition and releasing during this year, this month, and this 9-year cycle. Okay, the lesson of the 9 is to recognize patterns and let them go when they are no longer serving our well-being. And I say this because the shadow sides of the 9 is fear of change, fighting change. And when we start fearing change or fighting change, it leads to us becoming very impulsive, very moody. And that can lead to us being careless with our financial situation, with our finances. It leads to us saying, okay, I feel like crap. I'm not really excited about how things are moving. I'm going to impulsively spend a bunch of money on this car or these shoes or this trip, whatever. When we're in this time and you start feeling the fear of change and you start fighting it, step back and just say, okay, what is happening here that I'm afraid of? What is triggering this fear? Not easy, but it's worth it. And I'm telling you because I've had to do that so many times in the past where I've had to step back and just go, girl, what are you doing? Yeah. Don't let the fear of change keep you from fulfilling your life's purpose, especially since you're doubling down on this energy here in December, okay? And you're a nurturer. I mean, I call you the spiritual support animal. Well, emotional support animal, spiritually. I know. But really, you are very generous. You are very compassionate, and you are an excellent nurturer. Make sure that you take care of yourself as well. Okay? All right. Let's see what kind of cards we get for you. Where is he? I know Mouse like walked like behind me, but I thought he went into a naughty area. Mercury is laid out on the heater, which is a fantastic heater because I got this heater off of QVC and like the top barely just gets warm. It doesn't get hot. So, and it, it has some automatic shutoffs and stuff. She loves laying on it. She just likes being cozy. All right, first card, Green Terra. Start delegating. Ask others, including me, Green Terra, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. Oh my gosh, Life Path 6? Yeah. Nurture yourself. Ask for help. You're generous with everybody else. Ask your spirit guides, your angels, and even Green Terra for help. Okay. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Looking at the bigger picture is going to help you understand like why you're going through maybe some of these changes, transitions. But honestly, I mean, you've been in it all year. We all have. But it's, I want to just say it's more potent when you're like doubling down in that energy, when you have the vibration of the year and the month at the same time. And again, we're ending a 9-year cycle. All right, let's get into this. Look at the bigger picture. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Fretting over minutiae can be counterproductive, or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. This card is a reminder that while it's a good time to think things through, sometimes you need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What do you then see about your current situation? What's the most positive thought you can have about it? Now is the time to count your blessings, even if you don't exactly have what you want. That's interesting. I like that though. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks and go with the uncertainty on this journey called life. Try to keep an open mind about what's for the best. The universe could surprise you. Take time out for a mini break or adventure. An adventure. Wow, well, that would be kind of neat. I like that. An adventure. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 6. I hope you have a wonderful and amazing December, and I hope you have a great 2026. I do hope to see you here mid-month for your mid-month numerology, but until we do see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.